So last time we took a 36 overall goaltender and paired him with the best team you can create in NHL 18, with the exception of two guys who I missed. My bad, Steven Stamkos and Drew Doughty. We're going to be doing Cat's 31 gaming suggestion. We made an entire team out of 36 overall high franchise potential players, and we're going to see how good they get. A whole team, 20 players, 36 overall, 18 years old, high franchise potential. We are going to see how good this team can actually get down the road in franchise mode. Might take a little bit, but I think this team is going to do very, very well in about 3 or 4 years. So if you guys wouldn't mind, make sure to leave that thumbs up button down below. Make sure to hit it and leave your comments down below if you guys want to possibly get your own idea featured into one of these videos. They're actually doing very, very well, so we're going to continue doing them. So as you guys can see, we are going to be substituting the Detroit Red Wings for this team, the Yonkers Studs, and they are sitting at a solid 0 overall. Did not even know you could get a team 0 overall. That's pretty terrible. For my sanity and your guys' sanity, I named all the players respectively to which line they're going to be playing on. So left wing first line, center first line, right wing first line, same all the way down. They put in a good bit of variety of player classes as well. So we have a sniper with a playmaker and a power forward. We have a sniper, a two-way forward, and a playmaker. Two-way forward, and a power forward. And then fourth line grinder. And I threw an enforcer in there just for kicks and giggles. For the defense, same type of thing, L first pair, R first pair, all the way down. We have, I think, 2 offensive defensemen, 2 two-ways, and 2 defensive defensemen playing throughout the entire lineup. And then goaltenders, as you guys would have expected, starting goalie and backup goalie. They're both hybrids. I didn't feel like messing around with that all too much. So question of this video is going to be, can this team win any games for the next 2 years? A better question might be, can they actually score a goal through this entire season? It'd be a better question. My God, we are getting shut out and blown out like crazy.
Stop! He's already dead.
So if anything interesting happens, I'll make sure to bring you guys back in, but I'll see you guys at the end of the first season. Alright guys, so the first season is over and done with, and as you can see by the standings, the boys went 0-82. Not only did they go 0-82, nobody on the team got a single point. Look at these plus minuses. Everybody's sporting a plus minus in the 300s. Some guys in the 100s. Not all too terrible, but yeah, that's pretty bad. Goaltenders are sporting a gnarly save percentage of .76, around 14 goals against, which is not bad. Look at all those shots and goals against. My goodness, almost 1,100 goals let up on the year, which is always nice to see. Alright, so obviously the first year was definitely going to be a crapshoot, so let's get through the draft. We'll start season 2 off, and we'll see if any of these 36 overall franchise players got some boosts to their stats. Okay, so year number 1 is behind us. The 0 winless and 0 point team has now gotten a little bit better. Everybody on offense seems to have gone up by 11 overall points. Every single one of them are up to a 47 overall, but as you guys can see over each player, they've gotten their respective increases in certain categories. Some guys have gotten like much better defensive stats. Some guys are getting a lot better skating stats, physical stats, census stats, so they all have gotten their respective increases in proper ways. On defense, 447s, 146, and 144 for right now. Obviously, hopefully all the defensive guys will be getting better in their defensive stats. And then as for the goaltenders, both the starting and the backup goalie have actually increased 20 overalls, so they're both now at 56 overall. There is the first year 1 increases. I'm hoping this team might be able to squeak out a couple wins here in year number 2, maybe like 1 or 2, maybe even 3, but I'm hoping that they definitely can get some points on the board this year as well. So we're going to go through year number 2 now, and I'll see you guys in year number 3. Okay, guys, so year number 2 has indeed ended, and unfortunately, the Yonkers Studs did not get any wins once again. They finished 82 losses on the year, no wins, but we do have points this year. Our left wing second liner actually got 7 points this year with 2 goals and 5 assists. So let's take a look at our point totals for this year. A couple guys have gotten some statistical upgrades as well. Plus minuses are still absolutely crazy, but the second line, the left wing second line got 7 points. The right wing first line got 6 points. The center got 6. The first line left winger only got 3. A bunch of guys got 2s and 1s in there as well. So nice job by the team all around. Whoops, still wanted to do that. I wanted to check out the goalie stats as well. And as you can see, save percentage is now in the 80s, which is good. 7 and 6 goals against averages are actually not too terrible. They were in 14s last year, so they definitely cut in half as well. And you know what? The team is playing a lot better. It's only going to be a couple more years before we actually start to take the league by storm. Let's go to year number 3, shall we? Okay, guys, so here is the lineup for year number 3. And as you can see, we have a bunch of players up to 61 overall now. A couple guys still in the low to mid 50s on the squad. As you can see, our second line left liner, our second line left winger is a bit of a weak spot on that line, only 55 overall. The first line is all 61 overalls. The third liner on the right wing side, the power forward, not really gelling with those two guys all too much. He's 53. The center is 52, while the other fourth liners are all 60. But as you guys can see, once again, look at all those stars on the categories for their skills. They are definitely getting up there. This guy already has a 90 overall balance, does the enforcer, which is awesome to see. But a bunch of these guys do have good skating categories. There's a 3.5 star defensive category for the two-way forward, which is nice. He's already got like 80s and 90s for his categories as well. A bunch of other guys with some nice skating improvements. So the offense looking good. Defense, pretty much everybody either 60 or 61 other than the first pair guy who is 58. But they're looking good. And then we go to the goaltenders. The starting goalie is actually 66. While the backup is 71, so we're now getting into the high 60s, low 70s for our goaltender stats. So that's really awesome to see. I think this is the year where we're going to actually really start to stack up some wins on the squad. I'm going to break this video down into a bunch of parts for you guys. I'm going to do 3 seasons per part of the video, so this will be just for part 1. So let's get through season number 3. We'll get to the beginning of season number 4, and then I'll call the video there, and then we'll continue in the next part. So let's get through season number 3 first, shall we?
I feel paralyzed.
It has happened, guys. It has happened. There it is. That game against the Carolina Hurricanes in year number 3. We have gotten our very first win as a franchise. A 2-0 shutout win nonetheless against Carolina. That is very, very bad looking for the Carolina Hurricanes as a franchise to lose to 60, 50, and low 60, high 60 goaltenders there. You just let either a 71 or a 66 overall goaltender shut out the Carolina Hurricanes. That's pretty sad, but there's our first win as a National Hockey League franchise. Alright guys, so here we are at the end of our year number 3 simulation, and obviously we are very excited about this team because they did get their very first NHL win this year, getting their first NHL points, and we also got an overtime loss as well, so we did not go winless throughout year number 3. 180-1. Hopefully it is turning around for the squad. So I'll show you guys the point totals really quickly once again. We did have 15 points as our leading point scorer this year. Our right wing first line, the power forward, had the most amount of points this year, which is awesome. 9 goals, 15 points, 11 points through the third liners. First liner guy also got 11 points. And then once again, all the other guys getting some little bit of points here and there. Plus minuses are still quite ridiculously showcased here, but still, I think our team is definitely moving in the right direction. And then for the goaltenders, as you guys can see, the backup goalie was the only one to get the W this year. He's up to a 73 overall. Save percentages are creeping around towards .9 as well, and their goals against averages have gone down from last year as well. So, This will be the last season simulation for this video, but let us simulate all the way through the off season, and then I'll show you guys the lineups and the overalls for our year number 4 simulation, which we'll then do in the next video. So let's into the draft, and I'll see you guys at the beginning of year number 4. Okay guys, so here is the lineup for year number 4. Obviously our whole entire offense still sticking around 66 overall. We got one guy at 60, which is on the second line. The third line right winger is now 58 overall. The center on the fourth is 57 overall, and the left winger on the fourth line is 64 overall. But it looks like the top 6 guys, at least 5 out of the 6 of them, are roughly staying around that 66 overall range, which is nice. A couple of these guys have like 5 stars in defensive categories already. I mean, the sniper already has like 99 defensive awareness, which is pretty damn crazy. I would love to look at the progress reports of some of these guys, but they're definitely gaining stats in the right places. Even that third liner as a two-way forward is almost like maxed out defensive stats. This guy has almost like skating stats, crazy physical for like power forwards, and probably the enforcers are always getting up there in skill as well. The center on the fourth line guy is still struggling a bit, but that's what the offense looks like defensively. There are roughly 4 guys at 66, 1 guy at 65, and 1 at 63. So they're roughly staying around the same as well. A couple of guys have 4-star defensive categories, which is definitely what we want to see out of these guys. And as for the goaltenders, the backup is definitely progressing really, really well. He's 76. He's actually considered a minor league starting goaltender right now. And then our starting goalie is technically still an other, but he's definitely up there, 71 and 76 overall. I might actually have to start switching those guys back and forth between them. But that'll do it for part number 1 of our experiment video, guys. So as you can see, through 3 years in the simulation right now, only by winning 1 game and 1 overtime loss, so they have a total of 3 points in 3 combined seasons, we still have a nasty, nasty lineup of players that are progressing really, really well. All in the mid-60s right now, as an average, I would say, all in the mid-60s, and our goaltenders are in the low to mid-70s now. And obviously, if I think we can get that goaltender situation, have those guys progress a little bit more, continue to see the offense grow a little bit by little bit each year. I mean, technically, they only do have roughly like 5 more years of simulating before we actually see these guys taking effect. But they're hitting their prime right about now. They're all 21 years old. So this will probably be, these next couple seasons will really see when we get those jumps in their overalls, because they're all creeping around that 70 overall range, which in this game, like mid to high 70s are actually considered 4th liners in the game. So once that starts happening, and then we start playing those guys in their proper positions, and hopefully they get points and wins under their belts, we'll start to see a dynasty being formed. But like I said, that'll do it for part 1. If you guys will be tuning in for part number 2, make sure to stay tuned for the channel, hit the subscribe button so you guys won't miss part number 2 for sure, and we'll continue along with this simulation as well. Leave your predictions down below in the comment sections below going into year number 4. When do you guys think we'll see a positive record from this team? Will it be year number 4, year number 5, year number 6, year number 7? I'm going to say probably by year number 6 or 7 is when we'll start to see this team actually getting a positive win-loss record. But you guys will have to tune in to see that. So hope you guys will stay tuned for part number 2. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, all your comments down below. Predictions, new ideas I can do for another video, anything you guys are thinking, leave it down below. Other than that, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.